Heck of a play by Steve Anselon, getting the rebound on a missed foul shot and then going out of bounds, jamming it off Ross, but was pushed in doing so. And Stephen will get 2 because North Quincy's 10th team foul. And Stephen can hit at least 1. Whoa, at the foul line. Wildcats thought it was a 1-and-1. They lead by 2, 26.6 to go. Anselon with 3. Wildcats try to take away the 3. Best they can. Timeout North Quincy. Timeout with 20.9 to go. 54-51 Wildcats. 20.9 left. Well, Coach John Fleming maps out his strategy, as does Coach Ted Stevenson. Weymouth by 3, 54-51. Now the Red Raiders, Mike Johnson, Jimmy Finn, Chris Earler, Brian Ross, then Matt Bromley, who started the game for the Red Raiders. Weymouth, Andy Reardon, Manny Gomes, John Stanford, Steve Anselon, and Derek Panora, the 5 who started for the Wildcats. Ted Stevenson trying to make sure everything's straight. As John Fleming yelled out instructions during the time. Red Raiders will look for the back cut and come around with Erla going for the 3. Stanford read the play and followed them perfectly. Erla can't tie it. Rebound loose. Johnston, Ross goes for the tie. Way off with a shot, rebound. Stanford, he is fouled. With 9.6 left. Well, John Stanford. 2 shots, and the Wildcats could pull this one out if he hits them both. 25 for the Wildcat junior guard. John Fleming says timeout. He wants to map the strategy up by 4 with 9.6 seconds left. He just wants to make sure. Don't foul, behave smart, play the defense, and, well, you go home with your 5th victory of the season. Man right there in the middle gets the opportunity to run the 30-second clock, which is new in high school boys basketball here. Weymouth High. Wildcats can pull this one out. Up by 4, 9.6 seconds left. John Stanford had 4 at halftime. In the second half, he has exploded. The reason the Wildcats are in great shape to win this ball game. Bromley finds Finn, can't put it away. Panora off the Gomes, traveling. It's not going to matter. There's 0.2 of a second left. John Stanford, 26 points. Wildcats win it. 56-51. And the Wildcats do it behind John Stanford's 22 points in the second half, outscoring North Quincy 31-22. And Stanford led the way, 26 points. Manny Gomes checked in with 11. Andy Reardon had 9. I mean, the Wildcats had some good balance following John Stanford. Brian Ross leading the way for the Red Raiders. He and Matt Bromley really played extremely well. Ross 16 and Matt Bromley had 12. But, well, the Wildcats get it one. A team that beat them the first time around. A team that they saw that they had in the first meeting between the two and gave the game away down the stretch and lost. This time they don't give it away. They pull it out 56-51. That will do it. I just want to thank Director Terry Mason for her outstanding work. Mark Duchamp telling you final score once again. Well, in my return to the mic, Weymouth pulls out a 56-51. They have to make it tough, make me squirm a little here doing the game. Good night from Weymouth High as the Wildcats improve to 5-7 and getting a big win tonight against North Quincy.
Yes, I just had to brag a little bit. It made me feel.
Services in our teen center. And
Mark Ducharme has sports next.
Wouldn't it be nice if everything were guaranteed like cable service?
Sorry to keep you waiting. Here's $20.
I'm sorry your table wasn't ready. Your dinner will be free.
It would be nice, but only your cable company offers you these guarantees. On-time service appointments or $20 refund. Guaranteed. And on-time installation or it's free. Guaranteed. Too bad everything isn't guaranteed like cable service.
Sorry we're late, folks. This flight will be free.
It's time to take a look at your local sports, where with midterms coming up for Weymouth High students, we've decided to take a look at where the Weymouth High athletic teams are as far as their midterms go for the winter season. We'll start off with Weymouth High hockey, 8-3-1 at the time of our taping. Wildcats coming off a very frustrating loss at the hands of Quincy, 3-1 at the Pilgrim Arena on Wednesday. The Wildcats had very little luck in that game against Quincy. A couple of post shots and a couple of tough goals that were scored against them. Weymouth's only goal came off the stick of Chris Bigelow in the second period. It was set up by Paul Falco. Wildcats, however, have a key game coming up when they take on Falmouth at Pilgrim Arena next Wednesday in a battle of the two top teams in the old Colony League. For the Weymouth High boys and girls basketball teams, they have some big games coming up on the schedule where if they can win those games, they can help themselves in heading towards postseason play. Now, for the Weymouth High boys, they won one of those key games this past Tuesday in defeating North Quincy, a team that defeated them the first time the two met. Wildcats coming up with a big second half led by John Stanford, who had 24 of his 26 game-high points in the second half in defeating the Red Raiders 56-51. Weymouth has a big one coming up Friday with Quincy. For the Weymouth High girls, they have a meeting with Quincy on Friday as well. They defeated the Presidents the first time around, but the Wildcat girls also have a couple of key games coming up. Bridgewater Raynham, Silver Lake just down the road for Coach Jackie Dean's team as they look for a postseason play. For a more in-depth look at local news and sports, it's Weymouth This Week on Thursday and Friday evenings at 7:30 p.m. And don't forget, more news and sports headlines.